Hey everybody, this is Darren Caldwell, one of the pastors at Covenant Grace, and I just wanted to add a end of year encouragement. As you come to the end of the year, if you're like me, a lot of times you can struggle with sorrow, struggle with lack of satisfaction. You look back on the year that was, and you see a lot of things that you wish were different, or things that have happened that were really difficult. You have sorrow and struggle and distraction and all of the things that go on in life. And then you have holidays and days off, and nothing really satisfied the way that you wanted it to, and you have to go back to work the next day or back to doing these things that it's just day after day, and it feels like a slow decline. This life is full of a lot of hardship and sorrow. And I came across a quote today as I was reading this book about what happens when we worship. And the author, Jonathan Cruz, quoted Johann Sebastian Bach, who said, "God's gift to his sorrowing creatures is to give them joy worthy of their destiny." If, like me, you struggle with the world as it is and your life as it is, the hope isn't that you will improve yourself enough to be satisfied. The hope isn't that you will find an experience or something or a person that will ultimately satisfy you. Your joy is found in the destiny that is given to you by grace, through faith, because of what Jesus earned. Jesus alone, God alone, is able to satisfy your most earnest desires and longings. God alone is able to wipe the tears from your eyes in a way where they will never return. And for many of us, it's a day that we still have a long way to go before we see that, but we have shadows of that here and glimpses of that here, and we see that as we gather together with God's people. We hopefully, in the gathering of his people, we find joy, we find worship that points us to the one who truly satisfies. And so as you think about New Year's resolutions, or the year that was, or what you hope the year to be will be, my encouragement would be to press into Christ, to press into worship, press into his joy, press into the fact that you were made for a world beyond this. Like Lewis says, if we find in ourselves desires that cannot be satisfied in this world, that means we were made for another. And so we need Jesus. We need to remind ourselves of the hope that we have, that we are not made for this world, but for the one to come. And if you are listening to this and you feel that ache and that longing, as all people do, you need to know, if you're not in Christ, if you don't trust in Jesus alone as your salvation, if you think that you can work your way to being worthy of God, or if you can find something in this world that will satisfy, you need to know that that is a hopeless task, and you need to run to Jesus. He says, "Come to me, you who thirst. Come to me, you who are weary and heavy laden. Come to me, you who have tried to do it all by the law and have found that you can't." And that's all of us. If you sense that, if you feel that, that is God in his kindness calling you to come to him. And I pray that you would come. And if you want to know more about that, reach out to me. Come to Covenant Grace Church on Sundays. We teach about and preach about and hear about this great God who stooped down to save us out of his great love. And if his love isn't satisfying, then nothing else is. And so that's my hope, my encouragement for you. Press into Christ and find all that you need there.